Hello friends and fellow gamers, it's MKxJUMP here, and today we're going to be talking about 6 things that new players don't really know when they start Angel Legion, but if they did, it would definitely help their gameplay. These are things that I wish I knew when I started off, and things that actually have dramatically changed how I play the game, given that I know them. So hopefully you will find these things useful. If you don't know what Angel Legion is, it is a free-to-download game who actually have sponsored today's video, so why not check it out? It's available on the Google Play Store, the App Store for iOS, and it is also available on Steam. And with the advice I'm giving you in today's video, you might actually find that you get a little advantage over other people who start on your server. Also, the game is about to receive a massive new update, which is going to change some really cool stuff to it. Go check out last video if you want to know more about that. Anyway, folks, let's get into the 6 things that new players don't really know when they start off in Angel Legion. So the first thing people don't really know about this game is that there are actually free codes that are given away, which you can use and redeem on your account. So to redeem the codes for your account, you need to go onto your account and find your account information. You can find a user ID and as well your sector, that's the server you're on. As well, you'll either be on Google, Steam, or iOS. It's good to know what platform you're on because it will be determined by your phone. So if you're playing on an emulator or on an Android device, you'll be Google. If you're playing on an Apple device, it will be iOS. And if you're playing from your PC and downloaded the game through Steam, you will be on a Steam server. And you can find your UID and use that to input information in a web link, which you can find actually in the description of this video. I've included it in there for you guys. So if you go ahead and click on that link, you can find it there and then input your information. And once you've entered your information, you can also add in a code, and those codes will get you special rewards. These codes change month to month, so do check the descriptions of my videos to include the codes there. And also there are unique codes as well, in addition to these, that you can reclaim to get some free rewards. So that's one thing I wish I knew as a new player, that actually to get additional rewards on my account, all I have to do is click on that web link, put in those codes, and get some free stuff. The second thing I wish I knew was how to make SS heroes. This confused me at first and often confuses many new players because you'll see people with SS rank heroes like I do have here, but then you'll look at your heroes which are S rank and think, how the heck do I get to SS? The most intuitive thing that you would think is the case is you go to the cabin, which is where you can find SS heroes, you go to the bio cabin and you press advance, and this says that you can turn an S hero to an SS hero. So what you first have to understand is that you have to place in the hero you want to become SS, and then you need a copy of someone else. In the case of Mulan, who I've put in here, I will need a copy of Element Sprite. As well, you need 3 more heroes, doesn't really matter who they are, and you pop them in, and then you press advance. However, that only gets you an SS gene, and SS genes are not the same as SS heroes, and this is where people often make the mistake, because what they do is they use their S genes to make an SS gene, and that's not going to advance your hero to SS, because before you take a hero to SS, the first thing you need to do is upgrade them to gold 5. So if you look at this filial spirit I have here, I can't advance her to SS until I go ahead and make her gold 5. So for this example, I'm going to go ahead and evolve her up. So here she is, she's now gold 2. Let's go again and put in this and put in that, and there you go, she is now gold 3, and you have to do this with your hero before you can make them SS. So we'll do it again one more time to take her to gold 4, and then finally gold 5 is going to require 3 heroes here, so we'll go there, we'll put in a Raging Angel, we'll evolve this up, and there you go, our Filial Spirit is now 5-star gold. And here you can see there is a menu that says Filial Spirit SS Gene, and this is where the SS Gene goes. Lots of people think because they've made an SS Gene they should have an SS hero, but no, first you do need a 5-star gold S tier hero. This is one thing early players always miss, but now you know it, so you won't make that mistake. Another thing I wish I knew as an early player was how gods work. As you can see, there are several gods in the game, and there's Minotaur, Medusa, Hercules, Pandora, Athena, and Ares. They are varyingly powerful, and to unlock them, you have to have particular heroes. To unlock Minotaur, you need Silver Star Maya and a Silver Star Justice Knight. To unlock Medusa, you need a Silver Star Maya and a Silver Star Magic Arrow. And to unlock Hercules and all the other ones, you need other heroes as well. You need to have these heroes all unlocked at the specific tier it says. So in the case of Pandora and Hercules, they need to be Silver Star. You need these heroes all unlocked and built on your account to unlock the gods. Also, gods come in different tiers, so the higher the tier, the better the god. In fact, if you go all the way up to S tier, and these are hard to make, by the way, they will give you massive benefits. Look at Ares, for example. He requires you to have 7 different heroes, all at Gold Star 1, to be able to unlock him. So it's quite difficult to do. That's why if you go ahead and look at my account, I have a lot of heroes all at Gold Star 1, just so I can unlock all the gods. But that's not the only reason why, and I'll talk about that near the end, because there's more than just building heroes up for gods that's important. There's other things that use your heroes that you're not using as well. The next thing I wish I knew as a player in the early game was that there's a difference between manual mode and auto mode. For example, if I press skip battle, it just automatically does a fight for me, and I don't get to see what happens. It just automatically makes my heroes do the most optimal thing available to them. However, if you don't skip the battle and go in, there are 2 different ways the game plays. Either automatically, where all your heroes fight on their own, which you can see as this play button up here, and I'm not touching it. See, here's my hands, my heroes are automatically going ahead and fighting. So let's put it on ×3 speed and just watch this fight out. And, you know, it's pretty good. My heroes are just doing what they think is the most optimal thing in the moment, but sometimes that's not necessarily the most optimal thing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I'm going to turn off auto mode, and now I have complete control over my heroes. So see these things here called UAVs? I could now choose if I wanted to use that on my Deadly Shadow. That's an ability that you can't actually do during auto fights. Now, again, I can choose. I'm just going to do a basic attack here with Maya, and I could use my UAV with Valkyrie, or I can use a normal attack. I'm going to go with a basic. Now, maybe I'm get to attack again. No, I didn't. Here I can choose. Am I going to UAV, or am I going to do a basic attack? I think I'll UAV. Let's go ahead and do that. Same thing with Sakura Dancer here. I can go ahead and do it. I've got Shura Killer. I've got everybody all able to do whatever they want because I'm able to control them and time things perfectly. At first, this might not seem like the most amazing thing in the world. You're just like, no, maybe I just always want to automatically do basic attacks whenever I have full energy. But trust me, there will be moments when heroes want to do basic attacks instead of active skills. Or there may be times you want to save your active skills for later on so that you can time it with something else that a hero is doing. As well, in manual mode, you can use these things called commander items, which I can use to weaken my opponents and actually put myself in a slightly better position. Now I can choose to do an active skill if I want. There you go. Smack the opponents. Didn't actually deal that much damage, but still, it actually worked out fine for me. And it's these kind of things that you can do to actually allow your team to perform better because you are in control of the fight. It's not happening automatically. As well, let me draw your attention to a hero called Phantom Blade, mainly her abilities. It says here that she has what's called flexible combat. After allies release normal attacks, you have a 50% chance to trigger or an assist, which is a normal attack of her own. Normal attacks are just basic normal attacks that aren't active skills. So maybe you want to trigger this more by getting your heroes to do their own normal attacks instead of their active skills. As well, she has an ability called Energy Transformation. Each point of energy she has will increase her damage. So actually using active skills consumes energy. So actually maybe I never ever want to do an active skill with this hero because I always want them to do basic attacks so that she conserves her energy. These are important things to know about how heroes function and are only available to be done in manual mode because in auto mode, it just automatically uses the active skill without your permission. So that's an important thing to know about heroes like Phantom Blade or actually across all heroes because timing your active skills and your normal attacks is very important. The 5th thing I wish I knew is the dismiss and rollback functions in this game. New players, did you know that actually this isn't like a lot of gacha games out there where once you've consumed a resource, it's gone? The developers of Angel Legion have decided that you have a way of getting these back through the dismiss function or through the rollback function. So for example, I could take this hero all the way back to level 1, get all the triangles, all the gold, and all the force I've consumed just for 50 gems. That is super cheap. All you have to do is confirm that you want to do it by typing OK and pressing confirm. There you go. I got all my materials back. Justice Knight went back to level 1, however, she maintained her star level. So it's just a good way of getting your resources back if you leveled up someone by mistake, or maybe you need to use them for something and then you change your mind later on. It's a very useful way of getting resources so that you can use them for other things. It works on all of your heroes and is super handy, and especially with a new update that's coming out, having this feature in the game is a massive game changer. As well, you can dismiss a hero. So let's say I didn't want anyone anymore, and let's say maybe I didn't want them, or maybe I did them by mistake. So let's say I go here and I get this gentle healer. I'm like, oh yeah, she seems like a good hero, right? So I've got her on my team. There you go. Nice. And then I think, oh, hang on a second. No, I clicked the wrong hero. That's not what I want. I can go to this feature. I can dismiss them. And I type OK, confirm, And there you go. I get her genes back, and now she is no longer a hero I own. Costs me nothing. If she was upgraded, I would have got all that stuff back as well. And all the heroes I use as food for her, assuming that she's no higher than Gold Star 1 S tier, it gets you no loss in progress. So you can potentially build anybody in the early game, try them out, just experiment around with the heroes, and if you don't like them, dismiss them, get everything back, including their hero copies. And the rollback function allows you to keep them as well, if that was something you wanted to do. My personal opinion, rollback on really high level heroes if you need the resources, and dismiss earlier level heroes because you don't really lose anything. And finally, the one thing I wish I knew as an early player is the palace and just how important prayer is. This pray function is a game changer. Basically, the heroes you aren't using are getting buffs sent towards the heroes you are using. Heroes that you have on your account that you're not using offer stat increases to your team. See all these things up there above me, those stat increases, HP, attack, physical defense, all that stuff, those massive percentage increases, that all comes from this function. And the more powerful the heroes you're not using are, the better the benefits for your team as a whole. So actually, this is really important to understand because it stresses that actually you need to have good heroes that aren't your main heroes to get the most bonuses you can. Some of the best players in the world upgrade every hero on their account just so that they can have the most prey heroes of a high power so that they can benefit the best. As well, it's important to know that combo heroes, these are ones that synergize with Maya. You can find these ones simply by going into your heroes, clicking on them, and if you look at their skill, their second skill here should say combo skill. These combo heroes offer more benefits in the prey function than others. So be sure to use combo heroes whenever you can in the prey menu from the palace. Hopefully that's useful information for you to improve your stats and make your team more powerful than other people, and hopefully you learned something in today's video. Please do go ahead and check out Angel Legion. This is a really fun game that I've had a lot of fun playing. My moderators especially have really sunk their teeth into this, and actually one of them is one of the most powerful people in the world at the moment, which is pretty cool for him. Go ahead, hopefully these new tips were useful, and I'll see you on those servers in Angel Legion. Don't forget, you can use the link in the description and the codes below to get some free rewards for your account, as I said with that first little tip for new players. I'll see you in the next one, and happy island.